Orders are due this Monday at I Want More Comics and Games. We make them available online so you don't miss out for your comic, trade paperback, and manga choices. And join us every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Mountain as we review these and more in our Final Orders Due show on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Number 1 issues this week include Barbara Gordon Breakout, JLA Avengers, number 1 facsimile edition from DC Comics, Lenore Ghost Story from Titan Comics, Queen in Black from Marvel Comics, Bad Thoughts from Ignition Press, and Archie Comics. 85th Anniversary presents Archie's Movie Mania. Also check out the hot variants of the week. Place your order before 6 p.m. Monday night, either shipped or in-store pickup, and we will see you at release.
It is Sunday once again.
It is indeed.
We're back at it because while it always is about the same, there's always something new, isn't there?
Yes.
And this
we're
week,
gonna try to squeeze in between your playoff watching shows and your WrestleManias, and we're gonna do a Final Orders Due show to talk about comics that are in the future. These guys are comics that are not physically made yet, which means that you have the opportunity to purchase what you like. Everything is available. Don't miss out. To join us, you can click on to the website at iwantmorecomics.com, go to the Final Orders Due link through the shop, and you'll be right there with us.
the number's a little bit lower this week as far as how many options there are, but I am going to guarantee you right now that one of them is more complicated than we've ever dealt with in the past.
Yes, I was going to say we are a little light, but I don't think we'll run too short because of the amount of conversation we kind of have to have with all these bad boys.
There's one you want to pay a lot of attention to today and make some decisions about how deep you want to go because it can get wild. But we'll save that as the teaser that we're going to get into.
Yeah. Why don't we jump into the one that kind of took us by surprise, Keith, and that is from Boom Entertainment.
Boom!
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers came kind of out of nowhere.
Well, at one point in time, the process in life was to put comics into a catalog,
yes,
then turn around and put that catalog out, and then start FOCing the next month that you would turn around and commit. So you kind of had a little bit of time to get all your information together, a little bit of time to look at all the options. Now we're just like, I don't even care. We're just, there's no even catalog for this book here. So I think that it has something to do with Boom being taken over by Penguin Random House. The distributor is the owner now. And the way that the book market works is totally different than comics, about ordering, about how things work. Every time you see those trade paperbacks out there on the Final Orders Due, they're actually already printed. Most of them are already on the water. Numbers were committed. We're just getting in what we want. And those are also designed to sell longer, right? You know, like,
they just print a ton.
Little bit more.
Right.
And only a couple of them have really gotten burned that way. The absolute universe, still nobody can predict how many should be sold there. But when people that are in charge that don't know comics so well, we get a little bit of complication. Good news is that we should still have plenty of time that any orders getting in for the brand new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers #1 relaunch of this whole thing will get filled now. I'm not worried about it being short. I'm worried if you get your numbers in, shouldn't be a problem.
So make sure to not miss out. Mighty Morphin isn't a huge seller at the shop, but because it's a brand new #1, I thought we should highlight it, especially because it feels like it's kind of going to just skip a beat and people aren't going to miss it. So I want to make sure that all my MMPR fans pick it up.
There are 2 variants on here to pay attention to because one historically has been popular and can see more people chasing it after they know about it. And number 2, I think is a pretty cool idea. Now, the one that's historically popular is the Gani Montez, the helmet variants. They've always, since Boom started doing these, he has done several of these. Some of them are limited edition. Some of them are just open order covers. This is open order, but people gravitate to liking these books. And I think that his style and his look on this is excellent. It's definitely worth noting. The other one I'm going to point out is the Miguel Mercado, because it's not super obvious on this, from just here. This is a 9-part connecting cover. It's a 3x3 giant layout.
Those are really cool when you have them all together.
Yes. So it's going to get found a little bit later. It's definitely out there and available to see the image as to what they're revealing so far. But when you're just looking at this stuff on the website, it's just not so quite obvious.
Right. Excellent call outs there. We'll jump over to Archie Comics Publications and talk about their 85th Anniversary Presents series. Basically, they're just celebrating 85 years of Archie, and why shouldn't you? That's a huge, huge milestone. Each Archie Presents is going to have kind of a different, focus upon it. So we've already seen the video game one. This one's going to be Movie Mania, kind of focusing on Archie slipping into your silver screen and things like that. That's not a bigger issue, but a focused issue on the anniversary, and has a lot of cool stories of him all over the big screen.
The Dan Parent homage collage is what I'm going to call it here, for the A and other variants for this. You'll notice here, you can see where those line up with Hollywood things that you're familiar with. That has a regular and a foil version for that too. So one thing that's kind of cool about that.
I think so. Over at Titan Comics, we have 2 new number ones, but both are kind of unique in their own Titan way. The first one is our Lenore Ghost Story number 1, is going to be part of those short story number ones that we've been going through. So this is the next one in succession. I believe we talked about the foil last week. This week you can get the rest. And then moving on to Conan and Dragonero. Or Dragonero? Dragonero.
I don't know.
Sure. The thing about it is, it seems like with not a ton of knowledge on this, I'm going to say that Dragonero is an Italian hero, like a barbarian. And this is actually a new number 1 for the United States, but this was printed a while back in Italy. So this is the first time release here in the States of a really big time crossover of Conan and Dragonero.
Yep. Cool covers, like normal, that you'll have both regular and virgin versions of the different ones. You also have
go ahead.
At Titan here, I'm going to slip in real quick, this Tank Girl, the Mother Load, because this is really kind of cool. It is basically one of your compendiums, right? $70 trade paperback, slipcase, Ashley Wood covers for this. Huge amount of content to it. So some really cool kind of things there. The other cover's a little bit more risque, so I'll let you find it on your own kind of idea instead of blowing it up.
Excellent. Thank you for grabbing that. Over at Antarctic Press is where I was going next. For those that like Creature Commandos, things like that, we have the Antarctic Press Horror Cryptid Core. The Cryptid Core is going to be all your cryptid monsters, your Mothmans, Slendermans, all that. Looks like it's going to be a blast. I don't think there's much to say outside of, if you like monsters attacking monsters, this is your jam. Don't miss out.
Yep, fits for you. Go to town for it.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go over to Ignition Press. This is going to be Bad Thoughts number 1. This is kind of a look inside your mind, so it's a real kind of eerie look at PTSD and what it does to your soldiers and how you kind of deal with difficult situations. And it's real heady stuff by Andy Parks, Dave Watcher on the illustration. I think it'll be a pretty sweet story, not only for war fans, but also for psychological thriller fans.
Mm-hmm.
Moving from there, we'll go over to Oni Press with 2 new number ones. The first one is Murder Drones Home number 1. This is going to be a double-sized one-shot special featuring the very, very popular Murder Drones. We kind of talked about them when we first appeared on the scene about, 2 months ago, I think, at this point, and it blew up, man. We could not keep those guys in stock. This has got some legs. I think it's very niche to a certain genre for people, and I hope you do not miss out on this 40-page special.
When the fandom found this, they've been really impressed with this. There's high praise out there. So if it's in your world, if you're familiar with it, the internet sensation and all this, it's very much in that world. If anyone subscribed to the main Murder Drones, I know Richie would have taken you across to this. But if you're not doing subscriptions, if you're ordering as it goes, this is don't miss out on a number 1 when it could just fall off the rack pretty quickly the week it comes
all
out.
You savvy peeps, I already saw that you jumped on them, so congrats on that. The next one's Destination Kill. It has some bold words at the front saying it's kind of like in the footsteps of Judge Dredd, V for Vendetta, and Tank Girl. The synopsis kind of looks like, to me, the build of Judge Dredd, kind of like big tech taking over humanity and humanity having enough kind of thing. Looks a lot like Samurai Jack in the illustration. So I think those combined lead to a very fun and kind of action-packed read. Joe Palmer is doing everything on this, so you can see on the cover that's the art you're going to get throughout. I think Madness is just going to sue hyper action story. If you're into it, $5.99.
Couple different variants to take a look at there. So you've got some options, including Riley Rossimo, which people would be well versed with.
Yes. Jumping over to kind of a really dramatic look inward under Dark Horse Comics. Did you hear about Mimi Green? Connor Goldsmith is coming out from a podcast called Cerebro. This is, and I've seen this happen a couple times where podcasters kind of create their own comic book from a podcast they had, and then that has a little bit of a surge. To the comic layman, that's not going to translate as great. But from here, it looks like a real introspective piece about an influencer living in the highlight of today, kind of getting tripped up by some scandalous posts they made in the past, kind of attacking and dissecting the observation of cancel culture and dealing with body dysmorphia and a lot of like reliving your past and trying to own it, is all going to be in this very high drama book. So if that is something you're interested in, I would grab that up. If you were like thinking about it and want to wait for it on the rack, my only warning is that we're not sure how to order this. So we're probably going to bring in, I'm not going to say it's not going to be on the rack. It will be on the rack, but in a quantity that we think will sell. And there's a shot that the following from the podcast will surge it away. So if it's something you like, these are those ones that's like, okay, this is why you're on this show, because this one you might not see if you're a weekend shopper.
Right.
All right, let's bleed over into IDW. IDW just has a one shot for Star Trek Celebrations 2026, celebrating the LGBTQIA plus community, and having a big old one shot with lots of people doing anthology stories. This is their 5th or 6th one shot for Celebrations, so more of the same there. Some really cool variants, and if you're on Star Trek, you're already on it, so you won't miss out. And from there, we're going to move into our big 2. I think we'll start over with DC, and then we'll bleed into the bigger one. DC has Barbara Gordon Breakout #1. Now, one of the things about shopping early, and it hasn't happened as often as it used to in the catalog days, but sometimes you get a little bit of a spoiler. This is going to be coming right out of the pages of whatever happens in Batman ongoing #9. That's going to drop off in May, Free Comic Book Day, and then we have this going to be right after that. Again, next level is going to be people being able to take the character a little bit further than they are used to, have more control with less editing. And Barbara Gordon is going to be arrested and have to kind of live the prison life based on the way she assisted the Bat family. Variants galore on this thing. I think it's got legs. And I am a big fan of Mariko Tamaki, so I would suggest picking it up and giving it a shot on #1.
One of the bigger deals on this is that when we build lists, when we take you guys from one book to another, I believe we're going to come out of Batgirl for the kind of following on this, even though the story is spinning out of Batman.
Yeah.
It's related. It's obviously universe there, but we don't think that everybody who is on Batman is absolutely into this. So it is a great time to raise your hand and say, hey, I did want to be part of this, even though I don't do Batgirl because I care about Babs here and I want to see what's going on here. So.
And the other thing to that is we haven't read issue 9 yet, so I don't know how important it is. So it could be maybe you're not even into Barbara, but like we don't know how important it is from Batman to Barbara and how it like kind of lines with the world. So if you're just a Gotham fan, it might be also something you want to jump on.
Yep.
That is what I had for DC, but I thought we could jump over and talk about the big bad absolute Batman #20 for a moment. It's not a #1, but it does highlight a lot of cool appearances of the Robins. This is kind of taken the internet by storm, so I don't think I'm shocking anyone when it comes to the cool covers and the big reveals. They were trying to hide this image, the A image of Batman 20 for a while, and they were successful for a bit, but eventually it did leak, and then they just went, all right, fine, here's everything, here you go, have a great time. If you read Batman 19, I think, you'll see the kind of handoff over to what this is actually going to be, and a lot of really, really cool covers are coming along with it.
Very much a point where you can pick your variant if you have a favorite Robin kind of idea there. Although the Chris Anka and Fabrizio de Tommaso are also just absolute award winners kind of thing there. So it's, if you're just trying to pick one, good luck with that. Enjoy your choices. But good time to do that. We will be pretty deeply stocked on this. Absolute Batman is obviously the best-selling book out there, doing what it does, and we expect a lot of fandom because every time there's really that big key of showing up with these characters, everybody turns out and wants to see a little bit more.
Correct. All right, let's go over to Marvel and talk about the big bad Queen.
Oh lordy!
So for those that may not know, Null is the King in Black, and we have now been exposed to the new Queen in Black featuring Hela and the symbiote. I think there's a lot of hype around this book, and Marvel also knows that. I think this is going to be the big summer blockbuster for them, and goodness gracious, did they hit us with some variants and cool stories, and there's just a ton. So, Keith, why don't you guide us through this insanity that is Queen in Black #1?
First step on this that's kind of a fun, interesting point is that this, I don't think it spirals out of, but I think that it's where you start to see alignment across the Marvel brands. But this was a story of one of the Marvel Rivals seasons. That it was Hela turns around and starts buddying up to Null, gets the little bit of power from that type of thing. So I don't think it relates exactly to what went on there. But on the flip side, I think that you're seeing that where two different areas of Marvel can get together and play in the same sandbox.
They're like, hey, I kind of like that idea. Let's go with it. And did they give it to Al Ewing to do so?
That's exactly where I was going next. Was if you're going to get writing by Al Ewing on this, Ivan Coelho on your art. I'm expecting a miniseries here that just straight delivers. Again, this is the Coelho variant, which is probably a little bit more polished than his interiors, but his interiors are amazing. So a lot going on there. I'm going to go through some of the other open to order variants that we've got right now, because they absolutely started you off with a runway, and then there's a curveball coming. So, first off, do you like J. Scott Campbell? If that is your, your ride or die,
that like the soup,
you got one. Remember all the webhead variants from Stegman here? Or I'm sorry, Patrick Gleason. Patrick Gleason.
Yeah, there you go.
Stegman's on the main cover. That's
on the A. Yep.
My notes. But the webhead variant is back for this. Again, his artistic style for this obviously stands out. Peach Momoko,
another just top tier so far, hasn't dipped.
No problems. And then Scotty Young,
yes,
as another here. You've got all of that, and then because it's popular to do now, we do have a Queen in Black True Believers blind bag alongside a white blank here. I'm going to bring that up, a white blank. But the True Believers blind bag here. This is a little bit of an interesting situation. A, I'm going to point out it is $7.99, same as the main issue.
Okay.
B, one of the things about this is that it will not contain any of those variants we just saw.
Excellent.
You do not get the main cover mixed into this. You do not get any of those ones that we saw there, unless it is like a higher end virgin version of like the Peach Momoko, things like that. It is specifically has divided this out into common, uncommon, rare, and ultra rare to unique versions. At the common level, the ones you can see quite a bit is there's a swimsuit by Nakayama. There's a variant cover by Archer. There's a connecting A and B by David Marquez. And there's a Marvel Rivals variant for those that are chasing that.
I mean, that's your basic ones, and those are all excellent to me.
The most common ones.
Yeah.
The uncommon is you can get Jeff and Null variant by Gear Hero.
Oh boy.
A design variant by Stegman. An all black blank. So the white blank is available. The black is inside this. Rare versions. There is an alternate web head by Gleason. So it is a different, it's a black instead of white one.
Oh, well, like they flipped it. That's crazy. Okay.
And there's an alternate homage cover by Ryan Stegman.
Interesting.
There are ultra rare versions here. I should just bring this up, as this shows us some other stuff. Ultra rare versions by Ji-Hung Lee, Peach Momoko, the Ji-Hung Lee version, the Peach Momoko version, and the Art Germ version. So again, like I said, you have the Peach Momoko that you can open order, but to get the virgin, it's inside here. This is the Art Germ. That's the Gear Hero. And that's the left and right on the David Marquez. So we haven't even seen some of the other pieces just yet. And then last but not least, there are unique ones, which are like the one-of-one kind of sketch, potentially some signed stuff out there. They don't give a lot of
sketches are still potential.
Yeah. So here's the deal. What do you want? Because you can turn around and go back to turning around and picking your variant, or you can turn around and roll dice on the blind bag. There is, so one of the things here, by the way, I should bring this up, the alternate web head, we will have, those are 1 in 20 in these bags, and they're actually in specially marked bags that we know what they are. So those will actually just be sold the week of as variants on the rack.
Okay.
So we will be lighting those up when we know we've got these and how many we have available and things like that.
So to make that clear, you won't be able to order that or pre-order that one, but you can check out the hype show, and by that point, you should be able to purchase one.
On the Tuesday when we receive the books, we
Mhm.
will be adding additional copies to the website of some of those things that we said are available.
Right.
We are going to buy so many blind bags to sell off the rack to you, and we're going to buy so many blind bags to just open up and put the ones that you want on there. I
Right.
know there's somebody out there who really just wants art germ.
Right.
Doesn't want to roll the dice on it and would just prefer to just buy it straight out of that. That
Right.
will be something that we're creating as an option. We just don't know how many of them we're going to get. So that type of thing will not be live until the Tuesday that this releases, which if you'd like to turn around and know that, the Tuesday will be June 30th because this releases July 1st.
There you go.
But today, if you would like, you can order as many blind bags as you'd like through the website right now, or portal members can and order as many as that they would like to have through through the portal.
Keith, I have a wild question, and I'm sorry I didn't bring this up before we did this show. So if I put you on the spot, I apologize.
I'll just kick you from the chat. It's fine.
Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you. If I buy 20 blind bags, does that include one of those the reverse of Gleason?
That's different. So there's two different ways to buy blind bags. There's just single blind bags, or there's the boxes that we can buy. We're not making the boxes available. You would just get 20 blind bags of what that is. If you did try to buy 20 blind bags today and wanted to message us, I would work out something to get you a Gleason.
Cool.
But I'm going to assume that an order coming in right now is 20 randoms, because some people may just be trying to chase for that ultra unique one. And
that makes sense.
That Gleason, is not unique. Like that bag is marked differently. So there's nothing going on there.
Thank you. That clears that up. All right. So there you go. That's your Queen and Black breakdown. Take your time with it. Make sure you get what you want. And then before we bail, the only other thing I wanted to talk about was a new facsimile edition that they're releasing. That is, I think, I'm not being crazy when I think the store stands on business with this. I think we all love this book very, very much. JLA Avengers is one of, if not the best crossover from Marvel and DC that I've ever read. It is a four-part mini-series where it was split between two. Marvel did two, DC did two, and it basically just teams up the two greatest teams of all time on one big bad that kind of messes with it. It dips into what would happen in each universe, who would beat who, and what they do as a team up. The late, great George Perez is on your covers, so all of the covers are unique and special and great. If you have not read this book, it was one of the hardest books sets to get together I know of. And anyone that's ever had to go back and get them can tell you the same. I'm not speaking out of class here. So facsimile editions are fantastic because I never thought we'd get crossovers again anyway. And when that happened, that was cool. But now that they're reprinting this, I'm in heaven. I'm already on one of these, and I'll tell you which one it is. I have all my JLA Avengers, and I don't necessarily need a facsimile. But what Keith is showing off right there is that they're also doing variants with brand new artwork for JLA Avengers. Ryan Stegman, featured on the first issue, has a stunning cover, a wraparound cover, and I am here for it. So if you haven't got your Perez, maybe, buy both. But if you have your JLA Avengers, I would recommend picking up the variants and just reliving the awesomeness again of JLA Avengers.
It's hard to say that something like Amazing Fantasy 15 isn't the highest demand facsimile because, none of us own that, very, very few out there have seen them kind of thing. So, but you more consistently can find Amazing Fantasy 15 reprinted in trade collections, whereas this was in the cold storage locker for a long extended period of time.
Dead.
They brought it out. Remember that there was that really limited hardcover that we only got a couple of.
Yeah, and that
went through the roof.
And that was as a favor to Perez. One of his like dying wishes was to get that back out again. And so we get to celebrate the great George Perez again.
This story is worth reading. This story is worth having. It's an entertaining. It was a well done universes collide kind of thing and all this. And I think it's special that they're giving you, like, again, the Stegman variants and others for the other issues. It will be coming out monthly. All 4 will be coming out. You will have a chance to get all of it together. You can get foil on the George Perez, regular on the George Perez, even a blank if that's what you'd like. Blanks are pretty cool because you can turn around and absolutely go and
be prepared to spend some money. But yeah,
yeah, I mean, like getting an artist to turn around and being able to create both a DC and a Marvel character on the cover that makes sense, like that's a good place for a blank for this. So absolutely turn around. If you don't have get in on this, it's a big piece to turn around and have there. I'll wrap up the show and tell you guys that you should definitely turn around and check out the cover themes. There is several things going on out there, especially the Magic the Gathering ones are in full steam right now. You could turn around and see those and the crossovers that are going on by using the filters on our site. Get your orders in for everything on this by 6 p.m. tomorrow. Portal hold slot users, please place your orders through there so that you're taken care of, and all things are going to be good and happy for you.
That's exactly right.
So thank you, one. Thank you all for turning around and showing up. We do this every week. We also on Tuesday nights will do the half-hour hype where we show you off the stuff that you can pick up this week as it's hitting the rack. And then on Wednesdays, why not turn around and show you the new stuff coming in, give you first shot at buying the popular books, the old classics, keys, things like that, sets, when we do the stream sale 5:30 on all these channels.
Exactly. All right. Have a good one, gang.
Thank you, guys.
Orders are due this Monday at I Want More Comics and Games. We make them available online so you don't miss out for your comic, trade paperback, and manga choices. And join us every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Mountain as we review these and more in our Final Orders Due show on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Number 1 issues this week include Barbara Gordon Breakout, JLA Avengers, number 1 facsimile edition from DC Comics, Lenore Ghost Story from Titan Comics, Queen in Black from Marvel Comics, Bad Thoughts from Ignition Press, and Archie Comics. 85th Anniversary presents Archie's Movie Mania. Also check out the hot variants of the week. Place your order before 6 p.m. Monday night, either shipped or in-store pickup, and we will see you at release.